To present one of these insightful lectures entitled The Life of Lord Mahavira, Continue Fasting to Rescue Chandana, Part 2 of 5 on Between Master and Disciples, given in Chinese and English on December 1st, 2019, in Taiwan, also known as Formosa.
So due to her sweet demeanor, Vasumati had a magical influence over the household. The fragrance of her poise and coolness of her nature inspired Dhanava to call her Chandana, sandalwood. But his wife Mula was smitten with envy. She thought that this poisonous flower should be nipped in the bud. Right. So last time we read up to there, right? Okay. One day the merchant Dhanava left the town on some business errand. This was a golden opportunity for Mula. She relieved all the servants of the household and called Chandana, replaced her beautiful dress with rags, took off all her ornaments, tied her in shackles, and shaved her long silky hair. Chandana uttered in surprise, "Mother, what are you doing? I have done no harm to you. For what misdeed are you punishing me?" Mula silenced Chandana, put her in a dark cell, locked it, and left. Dhanava returned on the third day. When he saw the house abandoned, he was taken aback. He called, "Chandana, oh Chandana," but no one replied. He went at the back of the house and shouted once again. Chandana shouted back, "Father, I am here in the cellar on the back side." The merchant went in and saw that the cellar was locked. Looking through the bars of the iron gate, he saw Chandana in her wretched condition and started crying. "What happened to my daughter? What evil soul has done this to you?" Chandana replied calmly, "Father, get me out first, and then I will tell you everything." The merchant broke the lock and brought out Chandana. She asked, "Father, I have not taken even a drop of water for the last 3 days. Please give me something to eat and drink." The merchant went around the house, but everything was locked. Not even a utensil was available. Wow. I think the wife is really something, huh? He saw a basket containing a handful of dry post bran meant for cows. He took the basket and put it before Chandana, saying, "Child, eat some of this. I shall call a blacksmith to cut your shackles." Oh, dear. Humans, yeah. Actually, this is nothing very surprising. A long time ago, hundreds of years back, I was a master, but not very famous, normal master. My so-called wife also locked me in the house and then starved me to death. Too much jealous, with many female disciples come and worshiping me like the way you do. Lucky I'm not a handsome guy. Even though some men are jealous with his wife for coming for initiation, but not to this extent, I don't think, right? Well, I never know. I never know. Yeah, many times things like that happen in the family. And of course, there's nobody there to help me to break the lock. It was happened like some We live in faraway area, and somehow nobody came at that time. And maybe some people came and then see the door locked, they think Master is not home. So they left. Yeah. Okay. So it was the 12th year of Lord Mahavira Swami's spiritual practices. Spending the monsoon stay at Vaishali, he came to a garden in Kaushambi. It was the time around which the incidents of satanic attack on Champa, fall of Champa, sacrifice of Queen Dharini, auction of Princess Vasumati as a slave, etc. Same time. These things were occurring. Lord Mahavira Swami, with his penetrating knowledge and perception, had a glimpse of all this. He made an almost impossible resolution on the first day of the dark half of the month of Pause. What is that then?
December to January.
December to January. It's kind of end of winter. No, middle of winter. Kind of midwinter solstice or something. Festival? No, no festival. Okay. The Lord Mahavira said, "I will accept alms for breaking my fast only from a princess that has become a slave." He announced like that, without anyone telling him this story. Nobody knew that Chandana was a princess in any case. She did not tell, yes, because for her safety, also because her parents already been harmed and her country lost, and she ran away. Yeah? So if she has told that she's a princess, then maybe she been killed too. Yeah. So she didn't say anything. It's just her demeanor sometimes give out an air of royalty, yes, but she did not tell anything. Nowadays I feel a little safer, but mostly in those years, these years, before these a couple of years, before SMTV, I was alone in the world, and I have never told anyone that I am Supreme Master this and that, or what I do, nothing. Yeah, I had to keep low profile for safety. So it's a similar situation, I guess. Though I wasn't a princess. When I went out, I play stupid sometimes, talk nonsense or something. And nobody suspected anything. And if I was kind of begin to be suspected, then I moved somewhere else. Yeah. Nowadays, I feel a little safer, though. Just a little safer. Okay. So Lord Mahavira has announced that he will only accept alms for breaking his fast only from a princess that has become a slave. During this monsoon retreat season, maybe he did not eat anything. So now is the first meal after the fast. So he wanted a princess to feed him. Yeah, he must have a clairvoyance to see something happening to that country, to the princess. So, and that too only if she has a shaven head even. Oh, she was shaven. She was shaven by the wife of the merchant. Yeah. And her limbs shackled. Only then, yeah. She has not eaten for 3 days. She is sitting on the threshold of a house. She has posed bran lying in a basket. And she has a smile as well as tears in her eyes at the same time. Unless these conditions are met, I resolved to continue my practice and not to break my fast. Oh, what a difficult condition for breakfast. Breakfast. Unless, this condition presented, he will not begin to eat again. 4 months passed since Lord Mahavira Swami started going from door to beg in the town of Kaushambi. 4 months since means he didn't eat anything for 4 months. One day Mahavira approached the house of the chief minister of Kaushambi, Sugupta. Sugupta's wife, Nanda, was a devotee of Lord Parshvanath and was acquainted with the ways of ascetic shamans. Looking at Mahashraman Vataman, Lord Mahavira, approaching her house for alms, she became enthralled. She requested Prabhu to accept pure and ascetic food. Mahavira turned back without accepting anything. Nanda became very disappointed, cursing her own bad luck. She said, Mahashraman Vataman came to my house, and what a misfortune! I could not provide him anything. Nanda's mate reassured her, Lady, why are you so dejected? This ascetic has been approaching almost every household in Kaushambi for alms, and without taking a single grain or uttering a word, he just returning back. Not just only her house, but every house he visited. He never took anything, because it's not the condition that he has set out. He probably was looking for a princess, Chandana. Huh? So we have been witnessing all this for the last 4 months. Oh, so he didn't eat anything. He just went from door to door for 4 months, but not taking any alms, not taking any food offered to him. Wow. This man is really tough. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. This is nothing unique at your place, so why be so dismayed? The words of the maid added to Nanda's more distress. What? So the Mahashraman is returning without alms for the last 4 months? That means Prabhu has been on fast for 4 months, and I have not been able to serve him. How unlucky I am. At that moment, Minister Sugupta arrived, her husband. Nanda told him everything. Sugupta also became worried. King Satanik and Queen Marigavati also got the news that Shraman Mahavira was wandering in Kaushambi without food or water for 4 months. Wow. Without food, okay, but without water for 4 months, he must have really been sustained by extraordinary magic power that he earned all this time, being an ascetic and pure and truthful and determined, not wavering. So everyone was sad and worried. The ruling family went for Lord Mahavira Swami's darshan and requested him to accept food. But he was unmoved. After he left his kingdom, the ruling family is still in power. So they came and asked him to eat something, but he still rejected. 5 months and 25 days had passed since Lord Mahavira Swami had eaten anything. He became breatharian. That is possible also. One time I was also like that. If you had to do it, you can. Yeah. But don't try, okay, please. I told you already my story when I was breatharian. I was in a temple, working like a working nun, keeping the temple, cooking for everybody, and I ate once a day. Yeah. And then the abbot, maybe he was joking or he just feeling guilty because I'm the only one, the only monk that eats only once a day there. And because his body not well, he has to take food 6 times a day. Yeah. So he said to everybody at the table, THANH HಐI, she eats only once a day, but it's like more than 3 times a day what she eats. So that's it. From that time, I didn't eat anything anymore. And I still continue working. I did not feel missing anything. It's so funny, you know? So funny. Your willpower is always so strong. I don't know if you're destined for it, or something, or it's a part of my life that I should go through. So I just quit eating just like that. Nothing. I didn't even drink for I don't know how long. Everybody worry and people come to the temple and look and all that, and I was feeling kind of embarrassed. And then I just started eating again. And the first mouth of food tastes like if I tear this paper and eat it. Didn't taste anything. And during the time I did not eat or drink, I did not feel anything special. I just quit like that, just like that. No preparation, no supporting group, nothing. I didn't know much about anything. I just didn't feel like eating anymore. Okay, and then so I quit, and then I don't eat, don't drink, nothing, but I continue working, and I feel just like normal. I feel like before, just exactly like before. So the abbot was very worried. He said, you are not eating anything and you're working like that. Is it okay? I said, okay. And I tell him I can eat if I want. If I don't want, I don't eat. I told him like that. And he was like a baffled, but, continued to watch me in case I drop dead or something, and he has to be responsible. So people tried to coax me to eat. And slowly I got fed up. So I say, all this bothering is worse than eating and being humiliated by eating. So I begin eating again. But I did not feel like. But after I eat the first meal, even though it didn't taste a lot, I didn't eat a lot and it didn't taste at all. After the first meal, I felt like I'm dropping from, physically speaking, as if you're from the 5th floor and drop down to gently, to the 1st floor, like that. You feel dropping, really. I don't know, you just feel like that. I don't know how to describe it. When I was not eating, I feel like I'm walking on the cloud. My body was light. My mind is free. I feel happier than before. I feel just so free. And I first eat the first few mouthfuls, and then I feel like I'm dropping down. It's just a feeling, you cannot describe it. Very gently, like you floating from the 5th floor at least, all the way down to the 1st floor. That's the way it felt. My first meal after spontaneous breatharian. Yeah. I guess if some of you tried breatharian before and the first meal you eat, maybe you feel like that too or not? Yes. You do? You did? And why bother eating? Yeah, if you could go without food, just go. But only if you're healthy still, continue the same like before, then you should continue. Yeah, and now I know why I had to eat, make more karma, more affinity, yeah. So that I can do a different job instead of just cleaning nuns in a small temple. Even then, I didn't think of being a master, nothing. Just one day, a group of African American came knocking at my door and said they're looking for Master Ching, looking for Master Ching. And then after that, I still run away and I go to Germany. I go to Taiwan. No, Taiwan knock first. American knock after. They always try chasing after me. And so afterward, I said, "Oh, now what the hell?" I go out. preaching, helping people. The thing is, this group of African Americans, they know nothing about the light and sound. They are practicing African kind of a spiritual tradition. And they really practice very hard so that they become more clairvoyant and they can go in trance, and tell people about what happened to them and what should they do to remedy their maybe trouble at that time, the other people, I saw her one time in trance, yes. And she was so big like this. And then her husband is so big like this, only 1/3 of her size, or 1/4 or 1/5 even, very skinny and young. But when she was in trance, she could fall, and he can hold her like I hold a piece of paper. Yeah, it's funny, yes. And she kept telling people what's this and what that, without knowing what she's saying. Afterwards, she wake up, she doesn't remember of what she has been saying. And people came to her and then, seek her help and that. And she was anointed as the queen. Queen Azula was her name. It's not her name, it's just the spiritual name given to her after she practiced in her tradition, in African tradition. And then, in certain time, she has to lay down flat on the floor, and then she has to lay on a stone, a stone as a pillow, not soft ground, just a stone to cover for her head for 9 days long, no eating, no drinking. And they fast sometimes if they wanted to request something from the gods. So 9 days long, 9 days and nights, she has to lay absolutely immobile. And people walk around her chanting or reciting their mysterious mantras and all that. And after 9 days, she came back and she told the vision that she saw during these 9 days. Then according to that, you either become queen or princess or just some other kind of title. So she got the title, the Queen Azula. That is from heaven given to her, And these type of people came to me for initiation. The queen came to my house. The heavenly queen came to my house, not a normal queen. She has to tell her vision to the council, elder council of her faith. Then they decide what title, what level she has attained. Yes. And they all know, so she cannot lie. These are elders, they much more powerful, more clairvoyant, and more telepathic than her, of course. So there's no lying there. Cannot. Yes. So that's how she became queen. And then this type of queen came to my temple, or a humble nun cleaning toilet at that time to request initiation. I said, how did you know this place? She said, it told to her in her vision. She forgot Hai, she only remembered Qing. But she remembered the address, okay. Come with a group, of her followers, and also, I don't remember, king or queen, whatever, princess. And I say, I don't believe how you know all this. Maybe somebody told you. He said, no, nobody told me. Only the inner guide told her to go to this address. This temple is not, it doesn't look like a normal Buddhist temple. It's just a building, a part of a building attached to, the whole long block, and it's just one part of it. They made into a temple. And the master at that time, he bought that temple just to teach the American disciples. Every 3 months he go there. And his disciples, I count on my finger, maybe about 30, 40, small temple. And they come every Sunday to listen to him, and he made retreat with them sometimes. And the retreat maybe 20 or 20-something people. Yeah. So it's not like a temple that is famous. Yeah, it doesn't look like a temple outside. It's just a normal apartment, okay?
Inspiring viewers, we appreciate your company for today's episode entitled The Life of Lord Mahavira, Continue Fasting to Rescue Chandana, Part 2 of 5 on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is Practice What You Believe, Face Panel on the Relationship between Religion and Veganism, Part 3 of 4, on Words of Wisdom, right after Noteworthy News. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May you progress daily in the direction of your benevolent dreams.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule